So Anthony, what's your first impression?
Let me start with this.
All right. Pretty tasty?
It looks really good.
You had to take another bite, so I'm just going to assume that's a yes.
Pork.
All right. Yeah. So what's Nadine's first impression? It looks spicy.
I really like the wings.
It is a little spicy. They're good.
Okay.
Got good texture, good consistency.
Lion meat taco, very famous item at this place.
They're huge.
Really good.
Okay. Hello, my name is Elijah Blau, and I've been a vegan for over 10 years. In 2016, the Veggie Outers was formed to help more people consume more plant-based foods and get access to education and resources. We've since evolved into reviewing the restaurants that we pay a visit, based on the price, the atmosphere, customer service, and the food. We don't forget to have some fun in the process though. Join us in yet another review where we go to a restaurant and give the food a try.
I'll give it an 8. They actually have a lot to offer, like as far as vegan options, and they're an all vegan Asian restaurant. So
my sandwich was amazing, so 10.
Atmosphere is nice. I don't know if you include parking in this. If you include parking with it, it drops down substantially.
A 10. It was delicious. I loved it.
I'll probably give the price a 9 because I thought at first it was really expensive, but I'm going to give about 3 meals out of this. So.
What's up? So we're at the Iconic Eatery. This is the Veggie Outers meetup. Real excited about this. A lot of people have been recommending it. We're going to see how it turns out. Okay, Gal. So what'd you get on the menu?
I got the Beyond Burger, the combo meal with fries and it comes with a drink. It's either a drink or a shake. I got a shake, a chocolate shake.
Okay. And what number does that earn for you?
I'd say that it's a 9 because it was really good. I mean, I've gotten Beyond Burger or an Impossible Burger. I like them both in different places, but everybody's kind of different the way they do it. And they did it good, very well here. They kind of smashed it a bit, so it wasn't like the big thick thing. Because you know the Beyond Burger sometimes it comes out of the package kind of thick, so I like it smashed a little. They smashed it and cooked it through. And the special sauce is good. It comes with they call it special sauce. It's their own thing, I guess, and it's really good. And the fries have a kind of a seasoning, and they were good. So yeah, and the shake really good, very chocolatey. So definitely that was close to perfect meal. I'll say a 9.
So Lynn?
Yep.
What did you get on the menu today?
I got the Parmesan sub.
Okay. And what would you rate that on a scale of 1 to 10?
I would give it. I'd give it a 9. It was really good. The bread was a bit over toasted, and if I'd been a picky person, I would have taken it back and said it was burnt. But fortunately, I kind of like it that way. So.
So Tony, what did you get on the menu today?
I had some lion's mane mushrooms tacos. Lion mane mushroom tacos.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, how did that stroke your taste buds?
As far as if I'm rating it vegan food wise,
whatever scale you want.
Vegan food wise, I give it like a 7. If I'm comparing it to regular tacos, it's like a 5 or a 4.
You said a 5 or a 4?
Yes, because regular tacos are just a lot better.
Okay, Noah. So what did you get on the menu today?
I got the lion mane tacos with rice and beans on the side.
Okay. How does that accommodate your taste buds on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'm going to give it a 9. The lion mane tacos were excellent. The only thing that wasn't great was the rice. For some reason, the rice didn't taste great, but everything else is very good. The lion mane tacos, highly recommend them.
So, Mike, what'd you get on the menu today?
I got the nachos, which had black beans, baked beans, tomatoes, sour cream, lettuce. There was also some crumbled veggie, like black bean burger on top of it, and there was vegan cheese.
Okay. And how does your taste buds rate that on a scale of 1 to 10?
I would give it a 9. It was pretty tasty, especially the cheese was good, and I was actually pretty hungry, and it filled me up pretty well. So
Lisa, what did you get on the menu today?
I got the lion's mane tacos with rice and beans.
And I know you got some ice cream too. What kind did you get?
The lemon basil. It was perfect. It wasn't too lemony to where like you ate 5 bites and you're like, oh, I'm done. It was perfect amount of lemon. Delicious.
So entree and dessert combined, what number do they get food-wise?
I'm gonna go with 9. I love the tacos, but I think there could have been a little bit more sauce on them.
So Michelle, what did you get on the menu?
I got the calzone
Okay.
and ice cream.
Yeah. What flavor was the ice cream?
The ice cream was black walnut. I wanted butter pecan because I always get butter pecan, but yeah, by the time I got to it, it was gone. So, but it was very good. It was very good, very good replacement.
Okay. So entree-wise and dessert-wise, what number would you give the food?
The food was really good, and so I would say a 10. It was really good. The calzone was very tasty.
Okay. So Frida, what did you get on the menu today?
I forgot what it was called, but it was something with fried oyster mushrooms. I think it was like the soul food plate. So it had the fried oyster mushrooms with the barbecue baked beans, and then candied yams and collard greens.
Okay. And what kind of ice cream is that?
So remnants of French vanilla and then pistachio.
Okay. What is your taste buds rate that on a scale of 1 to 10? Dessert and entree alike.
9.
Monica, what did you get on the menu today?
I got the nachos.
And how did that accommodate your taste buds on a scale of 1 to 10?
10. Yeah, they even had the sauce on it. One of the sauces was cilantro and jalapeno sauce. And I asked them if they could put it on the side, which they didn't, because I don't like cilantro or jalapeno. But I'm so glad they didn't put it on the side because it was excellent. It was really good. It really made the nachos.
Okay, Nadine.
Yes.
What did you get on the menu today?
Okay, I got the lion's mane, I think it was a hot sandwich, and it came with fries. I did get it with sweet potato fries. I got ice cream and a lemonade. I would give it a 8.5.
So 8.5?
8.5. I would say the ice cream to me is a 10. That's what he's known for. So I guess I'm rating the ice cream and the sandwich separately. Can I do that?
I'll just average them out. Yeah. But, okay.
8.5. 8.5 because my sandwich was a little too wet for me. I'd rather my sandwiches be a little not so wet. So maybe next time when I order it, I'm like, hey, can you make it a little, not so much sauce. But it was great. It was great tasting, good consistency, food was warm. Like I said, service was good.
Sup, Veggiators. So just because of the nature of like that being a health food store, they had hours, so they had closed. So I didn't have time to record my review. Here we go. So I got the cauliflower wings and fries, and to be honest, I'm gonna give everything a 9 across the board with the exception of the price, and I'm gonna get into that. First, food. Thought the cauliflower wings were pretty tasty, pretty well texturized. Sometimes like when places try and make vegan wings, they don't get the texture right. I thought the texture was pretty on point. Fries were also tasty, so that's why food gets a 9. Atmosphere, it wasn't anything special about it, but I like the fact that we were in a health food store, Ann's health food store. So you can easily grab something on your way out or even do your grocery shopping after you just ate. I'm sorry, but that's a plus, so he's gonna have to get a 9. In terms of customer service, I would give them a 10 because they're very polite. And Otis, the owner, he's a real cool dude. Behind the scenes, it's real easy coordinating the meetup. The only reason I would take a point off is when you order your food, it seems like you don't get everything you need all in one swoop. Like, they bring the food out to you, cool. But then you got to go back and ask for napkins and maybe even get your beverage. So, that's a little jarring. So that's why it gets a 9. In terms of the price, I would have to give them a 7. It is a little pricey, I'm not going to lie. So that's something you'll want to know ahead of time getting into it. It is going to, cost a little something. Food is pretty tasty. And I like the fact, I didn't bring this up before, but I do like the fact that they have a good variety of foods. Like, a lot of places they'll have nothing but soy or nothing but Beyond Meat or something. They got a mix of different types of food when it comes to the protein sources, so that's a plus. But it is pricey, so just keep that in mind. Anna, what would you rate the atmosphere of this place?
I like this place. I mean, I've been in here before. They've changed the restaurant part of it over the years, and so it's a little different now than the way I've seen it in the past. But I mean, I like it that it's part of a store. I've shopped in the store before. We kind of overwhelmed them a little bit, but they do have a nice number of tables. I give the atmosphere another 9.
The atmosphere, I would give.
They do have fake plants behind you.
Well, I don't care if they're fake. I just it was the dying ones that bugged me. And actually they're not fake.
Oh.
No, they're not fake. Or else they put, brown spots on the leaves to pretend that they're real.
Right.
So I think they're real plants. I'd give it a 7. I mean, it's inside a store, so it's not going to have a really great restaurant atmosphere,
Right.
The atmosphere, it kind of reminds me of this restaurant back home that's inside a store. So I'm a little biased because, it's a homey kind of feeling here for me. But normally I wouldn't like this in a restaurant setting because, it's noisy. It's not too noisy, but it's a lot going on. It's inside a supermarket. To me, I give it like a 7.
Atmosphere, I would give a 5. It's a health food store. I mean, just expect what you're getting into. It's nothing beautiful, but it's nothing terrible is happening. So it's in the middle.
And how about the atmosphere in this place?
The atmosphere is nice. It's kind of like off away from the store. So focusing just on the restaurant, I like that they have the plants. Like there's a lot of plants around. There's the diffuser they have going on. So it's a really like peaceful, kind of chill, relaxing vibe. So I would give it a 9.
Well, it's a grocery store, so it's a little different because there's people shopping. But, there's plants to sort of separate us away from the grocery store. And it's kind of nice because if you needed to pick up a few things, it's right here. And they had the lion's mane mushrooms over in the organic section. So you don't often see lion's mane mushrooms. It's kind of hard to, I'm going to say 8 because it is a grocery store, but it's okay.
The atmosphere, well, it's a grocery store, and this is like the snack bar in the grocery store, kind of like, you have at Costco or other grocery stores, and so it is very nice, very clean, and I would say, like, for a snack bar in a grocery store, I would say 10. It's clean, they tried to make it look friendly with the plants, and did a very good job.
And what would you rate the atmosphere of the restaurant, not just in there?
I would do a 7.
Well, because I figured it was kind of a cafe type, so for the type of setting that it is. I'll give it like an 8, probably 8 or 9. Yeah.
Atmosphere was great. Atmosphere was great. It's very quaint, you know, very nice. I liked it.
What number does it get?
Oh, what number does it get? Atmosphere gets about a 8.5 also.
And how about the customer service?
They did really well considering the fact that we kind of slammed them here. Had to ask for a few things, you know, like, you know, had to go up and get some napkins and go up and get some silverware. I got silverware just because the sandwich was kind of very hard to eat with your hands. I kind of had to cut it up. It was a sloppy sandwich, but it was good. But I'd say an 8, just because, you know, it's a few things you had to ask for, but they also they managed really better than some places we've been when we've hit them with a bunch of people.
The customer service, I would give, I'd give it an 8 also. It was, they did a good job. It was a bit slow, but like you said, they've got maybe 2 people working back there and all these people that were ordering complicated things, a lot of us, so.
And how about the customer service here? What's that get on a scale of 1 to 10?
The customer service, the people are nice, but they're not necessarily just great at, you know, listening or whatever, or getting your stuff at a timely manner. I ordered the tacos with no onions. It had onions on it. But, you know, it's not that big of a deal. I just went on ahead and ate them. Also, my drink, you know, and a lot of people's drinks came after their meals and they had to go searching around for their drinks. So, like I said, they're nice people, but it's just, you know, maybe they too busy to, you know, take care of, you know, everybody's needs in that kind of fashion.
Okay, so number-wise, what does that give?
I'd say like a 5.
And how about the customer service?
Customer service, it's one of those places where there's it's minimal customer service. You go up to the counter, you order, they call your number, you get your item. So no frills about it. So I would say they weren't rude. I would say 5.
Customer service, I would give a 7. Some issues I had is that you kind of have to go up a second time to get your silverware, and you have to wait. There might not be somebody at the desk. So just to get some silverware, and couldn't really get a lot of napkins either. Also, I just get so confused about the menu, like what do they have, what don't they have, and it seemed like I wasn't the only one, because there's some people who come here for the first time today and they didn't know like the menu there's one menu at the counter, then there's the menu on the website, then there's the specials. We don't know if the menu on the counter is accurate. Also, there's only there's one menu for everybody in this whole building. So it's a little confusing, like what they have and what they don't have. So that's the only thing I would say about, those are the only complaints I have. But the customer service, aside from that, like they have a very good attitude, they're very good people, so I'd give it a 7.
And how about that customer service?
He was very good. The prices were not correct on the menu, and you know, we mentioned that, and he did give us a discount on the prices. I mean, the prices were several dollars more than the menu, so he was very accommodating in that. So I would say I'm going to say the customer service was, I think it was a 10. I thought it was very nice. And he makes, the gentleman who served us I guess he's the owner, but he makes the ice cream himself. And the ice cream is his passion, apparently.
Okay.
And the ice cream flavors are very interesting. Remy Martin, Biscoff.
Interesting diversity.
Yeah, I mean, a purple yam ice cream, a sour sop ice cream. I mean, it's really different stuff.
Sounds essential.
Yeah, it's a little.
And what would you give the customer service?
I would say a 10. The guy, yeah, if he's the owner, he's very nice. He loves cooking.
The guy in the pink shirt behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Otis. That's Otis.
Yeah. And he's very good. Loves making his food. Very proud of it. His ice cream. He talked about being creative with his different flavors and yeah, had different things, and so and he was very nice. Like it was mentioned earlier, the prices were different on the menu that were advertised otherwise, but he gave us a discount and just very nice.
And how about the customer service?
10.
All right.
I think it was good. They're very, very nice people. So probably because you go up and they don't like, they will bring it to you. But I'll just say an 8. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, very congenial people.
Okay, customer service was a 9. Service was great. I loved it. Food came out really quickly. It was good. It was fast. He has his stuff together. We didn't have to wait too long for the food. It was good.
And how about that price?
Okay, I thought it was really expensive. It's a Beyond Burger, fries, and a shake. Even though it was a tall shake, I thought it was more than 20. And of course, I gave a tip, but you know, you add the tip and the tax. I have to say a 7, and I feel like I'm being generous, but still, I'm going to say a 7. I wish it were a little less. And some of the other dishes that I thought were interesting were just way out of my range, way out. So that's my.
The price I would give, probably an 8 on that. The sandwich was not overpriced, but there was, like Gail said, there were some interesting looking plates on their board, but they were just way out of more than I wanted to spend. So, but the sandwich itself was not overpriced, I didn't think.
And how about that price on a scale of 1 to 10?
Oh yeah, it's pretty expensive. I say, you know, if you eating and
like a 1 is like, what are they doing, and a 10 is like, it's great price.
I'd say it is overly priced, but you know, not just super overly priced. Let's say 5. Is that, you know, about that area? It's like it's
about average.
Yeah, it's about, you know, what you get at, you know, a regular restaurant nowadays. You know, look to spend like $20.
Price. It's a little expensive though. We've had this issue before where the menu says one thing and then you order and you find out something else.
At Go's Cafe.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, if you, as a business owner, if you want to charge a lot of money, that's your prerogative to charge a lot of money, but you should be upfront about it and not try to hide it. So. The menu was not up to date on the prices, so that's something they have to work on. So and it was a little expensive. I'd say a 3.
The price, I would probably give a 7 as well. I think it's definitely gone up. I've been here before. It wasn't as expensive. I think the prices have gone up, but prices are going up everywhere, so I can't really knock them too much for that.
Inflation's a bitch, right?
It's terrible. So I don't blame them at all. The food is very, very good. So I do think they're in their right to increase the price. So yeah, 7.
I'm going to say 8. It's a little pricey for 3 tacos, but the quality is there. So, you know, if the quality wasn't as good, I'd be like 6, but it's a quality meal. So I'm going to say 8, 8.5.
The price was, I mean, it was high. I would probably give it maybe 8 or 9. It was high.
Is it an 8 or 9?
I knew you were going to ask that. Probably a 9. For mine, I would say that because, like, I have at least another meal in there for mine. So it was the meal was. Okay, 8. I'm sorry, an 8, because I think the ice cream, it was almost $10, and that was a little pricey. It was just a cone, yeah. It was a big scoop, but it was, you know, one scoop in the cone. But the calzone, I mean, it was close to $20, but I have at least another meal in there too. So it wasn't bad, but it was a little high.
How about the price?
It is a little pricey, but the food is savory, so yeah. I would give it maybe an 8.
And how about that price?
I think it was fair. I think I'll give that for what I got, I'll give that a 9.
Okay. Good job.
So yeah, I mean, it was good. I loved it here.
Price is a little pricey. It's a little pricey. Price is a little pricey. I would say price, I would give it a 7.5 because, well, then there's all the things that I got. But, you know, I guess it's average price of your vegan meals. You know, you're going to pay a pretty hefty amount.
Stay tuned for the details on the next meetup as they're dropped in the Facebook group and on our website. Catch you later. My name is Elijah Blau, the founder of the Veggie Outers, and we have Otis Ross with us, the owner of the Iconic Eatery and Ice Cream Bar. Appreciate you being able to join us for this mini interview.
How's it going, man? All right. Good to be here.
Yeah, most definitely. We've actually been here before, and they got a pretty high rating. A lot of members specifically mentioned that they love the ice cream. You're a magician with that ice cream.
I am.
That's an exact quote. We sat here at that table, and everyone directly said that.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and it is one of the, right now currently we don't have an ice cream machine. We're trying to shop one. A brand new one is about $17,000. You can get a used one for $6, $7, $5 maybe. So we just try to negotiate with a few people and find us a new one. Replacing parts can be more expensive than buying the whole machine. So, but we're gonna get it done in God's own time, for sure. Yeah.
Hey,
so appreciate the prayers. Thank you.
Look forward to when it's coming back.
Mm-hmm. So the thing about ice cream and why it was so, for me, I'm a big ice cream eater. And I've always, well, I want to say ice cream, but there was a thing called sherbet when I was growing up. And we just ate a lot of sherbet because we really didn't do the dairy and the milk. My parents weren't vegan, but they just wasn't big on dairy, milk, cheese, and stuff like that. And so when I always felt like anything you eat should have a nutritional value, even if it's a dessert or even if it's an ice cream. And when we started making ice cream, our goal was to add nutritional value to it. So we use all natural organic ingredients, and then we fortify it with things like turmeric or blue spirulina or something like that to give it its color and give it its vibe, and at the same time give you that nutritional content as well. So we all miss ice cream. We're praying for it to come back really, really soon. But yeah.
So ice cream is often seen as kind of like well, it's a cheat. Like,
right.
I know it's bad for you, but I gotta have it every now and then.
Exactly.
And I'm not saying you should overload on ice cream, but you found a way to sneak some nutritional value in there. So it's green color, but it may have moringa in there.
Right.
Or spirulina. Or
exactly.
Moss.
Exactly.
These are things that are very nutritious.
Exactly. And so in that vein, you can almost say, yeah, I can splurge a little bit, especially when it comes to children, like the blue spirulina. And blue spirulina is excellent for moving heavy metals and toxins from the blood. Right. So if you're sending a child to school every day, and then they coming home from school every day, instead of popping all these vitamins full of dyes or whatever, you can give them a cup of ice cream and you know they're gonna eat it. You know they're gonna eat it, but they just had electrolytes, potassium, vitamin C, vitamin D, they had the spirulina, all that in a cup of ice cream. So that was the amazing victory for ice cream with us, that we actually made it something that's valuable to the nutritional makeup of the individual this evening.
Gotcha.
We kept it diabetic friendly. We don't use any dyes or artificial sweeteners or colors. So it truly is a miraculous, it's the best ice cream in the world, man. So I kind of think that God is sort of slowing me down to get me ready for the next big break. So I'm looking at it in that positivity. But yeah, ice cream has to come back. So again, y'all keep praying for me. Keep praying for me.
Okay. So you did touch on your parents. You said that they weren't vegan, right?
No.
But you personally are, right?
I am. But I didn't grow up vegan. in the sense, well, vegan probably wasn't even a word. I'm 55 years old, so I was born in 1969. So throughout the 70s and 80s, my brother was a Rastafarian, a dread, and he didn't eat meat. And so it wasn't, I didn't miss what I never had. Like, I don't know what bacon tastes like, a pork chop or any of that stuff like that, because we just never ate it. We were really into stews, and whether it was pumpkin stew or whether it was beans, peas as we like to call them, but we just ate a lot of that and not a lot of meat. So now when you get to this stage, 2024, if I had the middle name of choice, my middle name would be Unity. I just don't believe in things that divide people. So now when you have vegan, it's like you eat vegan, or you're raw vegan, or you're plant-based, or you're this, or you're that, or you're this, or you're that. Right. When really every one of them individuals are just trying to eat a little better for themselves or for the environment. How you go about that and what title you choose to put on it, I just like to stay out of. You know, what we do here is try to encourage people to eat better.
Right.
For your personal health, number one. Because if you ain't here, you can't save the environment, no way. So you have to be, it has to be about you first.
Right.
Because if you're not here, you have no voice for those animals and those birds and fowls that don't have a voice. If you're not here, you have no voice for children. If you're not here, you have no voice about the garbage they feed our kids in school. If you're not here. So we're gonna take care of you first and make sure your body is properly nourished for longevity. And then after that, you can really look and see what impact that has on your immediate environment as far as your trees and your plants and your grass and your animal life, et cetera, et cetera. But we think it all branches off from those who were given intelligence being able to use that intelligence to better the world. So we gotta be here for them. so for us, and especially in this environment, for those who don't know, we're inside of a health food center, probably one of the best I've seen in my life. And you'll find people that'll go over there to that supplement and they'll spend $600-700 every 3-4 days, but they'll go right down the street to McDonald's. Counterproductive. And so what we're trying to say, if you eat a little better, you spend a lot less money on supplements and vitamins and things of that nature. So far, so good.
Hey, that's preaching to the choir for me, because that's the reason I started the Veggie Outers. We're not so much caught up in food tribalism. Like we just described, I call that food tribalism.
Yeah.
So like you got the raw foodists, then vegans, then the like all these different labels. And we preach that, look, as long as you can eat less meat, that's going to generally be better for you, and eat more nutritious things like fruits and vegetables. Right. If you find creative ways to get that in your system, like for instance what you did with the ice cream, you're going to feel a lot better off.
Absolutely.
So one day you may find yourself equipped to actually make the full switch to leaving meat out altogether. But we don't get caught up in food tribalism, because all that does is cause a divide and it doesn't help anything.
But I believe you will. I believe anybody who starts to put more vegetation in their diet, your body will eventually on its own start to reject meat.
Oh yeah.
We eventually start to reject meat altogether, because my daughter dabbles, well, before she moved here permanently, but since she's been here, her desire for her favorite, the shrimp taco, has just waned. Like, nah, I don't want that. So now she's 100% plants. But if you eat the way you're supposed to, your body will welcome it. It will welcome it, and it will begin to change. Because I know countless people who come in just like, I don't even like the smell of it. It just makes me sick now. I've been there. I've been at a point where I could walk in your house, and if you cooking meat, I just couldn't stay there. I'm a little better now. Because I had to work on what I don't want to be, no matter what I am, is judgmental. I don't want to be that. I don't want to have to be that. I don't want to be no cop, no judge, no lawyer, no none of that. I don't want to be judgmental. So I try to accept people where they at and just give you what information I have, and hopefully it helps you. But I don't want to get caught in that bracket where if you not like me, or you don't eat like me, or you don't look like me, or you're not the same color as me, there's something wrong with you. All of that is racism. All of that. If you're not vegan, and we have to watch the way that we deal with people just because they don't live our kind of lifestyles. Because it's kind of like church. A lot of people don't go to church because of the way people treat them.
Right.
And sometimes people don't want to eat your food because of the way we treat them, and the way we look at them, and the way we judge them, where we could probably get more flies with honey than we do You know, love people wherever you're at. That's vegan too. Love is vegan. It's plant-based. And you can give love to everybody got that. Give that love. If that's the only plant-based you got, if that's the only plant-based you can get and receive that from one another, because that's going to make a difference too. You know, that's going to make a difference too. So we got love, and then we got our diet, which is about our physical health so that we can maintain our presence in the world to make the world a better place. And by doing so, we make the world a better place. Because when you think about it, every vegan I know drive a car. Or ride a bike. Or whatever, man. But if you don't know the rubber industry, you don't know the damage you're doing. It might be worse than the cattle industry. It might be. I'm gonna let you do your own individual research, but none of us have any room to be judging one another based off of diets and all that stuff like that. I just encourage all of you to eat better for yourselves, put a lot more plants in your diet, and eventually you'll find yourself, your body is just gonna naturally reject some things that you're not supposed to have organically anyway.
Nicely put. When it comes to, be the change you want to see in the world, and as you clean yourself up, people are going to take notice. If they take notice, they're probably going to be genuinely curious. Hey, what are you doing? Like, you just told me you're 55, but you don't look 55. You look like 15 years younger.
Thank you, man. You know what I'm saying? Your prayers are working already, y'all. Appreciate it. Yeah, so, but that's it. So we're here in Dallas, Oak Cliff. Oak Cliff is a historical black community. I'm not originally from Oak Cliff, but I'm originally from the historical black community, if that makes sense. So I feel really welcome here, and I think the interesting thing about this is all you're gonna find around here is McDonald's, Burger King, Popeyes, Sonic. The only healthy thing to eat within about a 10-mile radius of here, because Spiral Diner used to be down the street.
Right.
Once Spiral Diner closed, if you live in what we like to call the hood, there's really no place to go get healthy food. Even the grocery store is different. Like, I live up in Addison. My Kroger's is not like this Kroger's at all. At all. Y'all not eating the same food that we're eating where I live. God has been blessed to live in a little better neighborhood, but I will tell anybody, when you go shop for your food, don't hesitate to drive a few extra miles outside of your circle, because it's different. What they serve, the one thing I don't see in my neighborhood is a Walmart. We got Sprouts, we got Trader Joe's, we got all of those, no Walmarts. And you have to wonder about that. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I stay in Uptown Dallas, so I can relate.
Yeah, why do you don't?
Like, all the health food stores are like, they're like a mile, 2 miles away from like Trader Joe's, Sprouts, Whole Foods. Yeah.
And so I mean, let that be a message to you. You probably can't even put that into words. But when you're in your community and you can't find something where other people can readily find in their community, that should tell you something. And it might tell you where you might need to shift to buying your groceries or make some demands on your local grocer for better food. Because some of these stores you go into and I really can't find anything I want to eat on none of the shelves.
Right, and sometimes, like, let's say these grocery stores in that community, they'll try something and it just stays on the shelf and expires, so they don't try it again.
There you go.
But the grocery store in another community, they try something, it's sold out. Before you know it, they have a whole vegan section.
All of that.
It keeps getting sold out, so of course it's going to stay there.
Absolutely, and that's true in any it's true here. You know, we do the same thing here. Some things sell, some things don't, and as they do or don't, we move them around and shift them to provide the best service for you. So that's why I say make them demands on your local grocers. Like, whoa, why y'all don't get? And if enough of y'all do it, then they'll make those necessary changes. But if you're complacent or if you just don't know and you think you're buying the same banana here that you bought here, and it ain't. It's a different quality of food. And so be mindful of where you shop for your food and groceries. And be mindful of your attitudes towards others because they don't eat or dress or look or appear to be you. And lead with love. And those are what I like to call my big threes in the vegan world. If we did that, I think we do ourselves a tremendous service in how we are perceived and accepted into the greater. And I mean, it's how you want to say it. If you're religious, you know God ain't come for the saved folk. They already saved. You know what I'm saying? So this is not here for us. We already here. So in order for us to make a true impact, we have to reach all those people we so busy judging. You ain't gonna do that like that. You gotta lead with love and accept them right where they at, and then lead by example and let them follow you. But we can't do it by putting up these huge walls and thinking we're so much better than everybody else.
Right.
Because, yeah.
That's actually a good tie-in into what inspired you to start the Iconic Eatery.
Well, actually, it was just ice cream for me. But when I came up here to do a pop-up with just the ice cream, I'm coming in the store, and it was just here, and they were serving. I think they were doing grass-fed beef, or like organic meat, salmon, wild-caught salmon, and stuff like that. But now you talking to a store that on the shelf is like almost 80% plant-based.
Yeah.
Most of the stuff in the store is plant-based. The supplements, pretty much plant-based. So in my mind, you were selling life on one end and death on the other. And I just felt like, so I just, man, let's find some food. I ain't no chef, but we can find somebody to cook. You know, lo and behold, I cook at home. I gotta eat. I didn't think I cooked good enough for nobody to buy nothing I'm making, but lo and behold. So it sort of kind of fell in the lap and became a perfect fit for the Ann's model. And their motto is the doctor of the future will no longer concern himself with how to heal you, but how to prevent you from getting sick in the first place. And that starts with a proper diet. So we just shift the whole thing, made the entire cafe vegan, and now it seems to all fit. You know, everybody coming in here, you know you're not coming in here to get no junk from either end. We ain't no Pepsis or Coca-Colas or Mountain Dews or none of that in here. Ain't no granulated sugar. We just don't carry those things. So, and in the kitchen, we try to follow that same suit. And as a backdrop to that, we do get a lot of fresh produce that we can also pass on to the customer as well. So you can almost guarantee that most of our produce is farm to market. Ain't no middleman.
Nice.
So I think that makes us a little different than most places. We do get produce and supplies from different vendors than what a normal restaurant or a normal vegan restaurant would get, simply because we have that underbelly of Ann's, who's been in this industry since 1984. And they've established some connections with some people, and they're big on ingredients. So, you know, if we say we need whatever we need, the ingredients is going to be some of the first things we talk about. Well, what's in it? I don't want to sell that. And that's how that works. So, like, for instance, we have a lot of people coming and they want chicken nuggets. And, you know, the healthiest version of chicken nuggets you got right now, unless you handcraft them, is Beyond, because it's soy-free, gluten-free, and GMO. However, if you read the ingredients, there's still a lot of crazy stuff in there. Like, that's still kind of... So we came up with a chicken tender out of chickpea. Absolutely amazing. But it is the cleanest version of a chickpea. It's got 6 ingredients. All of them you can pronounce.
I was going to say that. You can pronounce all of them.
All of them you can pronounce. They're all things that you probably went and bought off the shelf and took home and eat. You know, like I'm talking things like chickpea onion and garlic powder, like that type of stuff. It's not like monogluten, nothing. It's all very simple. It's all soy and gluten free, and it tastes absolutely delicious. So we're gonna start doing some samples of that and kind of trying to get people who otherwise would not even try vegan food.
Right.
Like, believe it or not, you know, to the carnivore, vegan has a very bad reputation. So I don't eat no vegan food. I gotta have meat. And you know, and I tell them all the time, I mean, if you gotta have meat, you just run out there in the backyard, get you a chicken, wring the neck, pluck it, stick it in the frying pan, fry it, and eat it. You're not gonna do it's that seasoning you like.
Yeah.
It's that ancestor lead that you like, and I guarantee you, I can season this mushroom better than you season that chicken.
Yeah,
and
because ultimately you're using plants to get something to taste like a plant, essentially.
Exactly. That's what you're doing.
If you take away the plants and just eat the meat raw,
you're not gonna want that.
Like on the show Naked and Afraid or something.
You're not gonna want that.
Yeah.
You're not gonna want that. You're gonna have to put some plants on it for you to eat it. One way or the other. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't put them plants on there, so if you put them plants on anything, it tastes like that. You know, if you play with a bowl of wet flour long enough and put enough seasoning in it, enough plants in it, you can make something worth eating. And that's kind of where we go with that. Because now the thing is, why vegans always naming stuff after meat? You wouldn't understand it if we didn't. It's not for us. It's not for us. It's for you. It's for you to know, right? It's for you to understand the concept of what you're eating. You're eating something that takes the place of chicken. You're eating something that takes the place of steak. You're eating something that takes the place of fish. That's why we put those titles on there to let the novice know that if you're looking for a certain flavor, you can go to these particular. But it's not like we're craving a steak because we named a piece of lion's mane steak. That's for you to understand, because I can just call it lion's mane. To him, man, I had me some lions. What you had to grill or fry, man? I grilled it. He gonna know just what I'm talking about. But if I'm talking to somebody else who don't know nothing about it, I said, man, I had me a lion's mane. Like, lion's mane? What's that?
What's that?
It's like a steak. Oh, now we on the same page. So I might as well call it lion's mane steak from the beginning. That way, everybody click.
Yo, that's a good lead in into this question. Like, what's your most popular item that's on the Iconic menu?
Right now, my daughter made a coconut curry bowl, and it comes with black. You see, what Iconic does is we like to get completely away from fried food. We like to serve more bowls and dishes that are not fried. So she made a coconut curry that comes with avocado and tomatoes and cilantro, and it's served with a bed of black rice that's real nutty and fruity, so it gels with the curry really well. A couple of little chips in there for you to dip your curry sauce with it, but it's an absolutely delicious dish, and it's been our top seller all week long. But things vary here. The interesting thing about Iconic is we won't let you get bored. We have some signature things that we always have, but you'll always be able to come here and look at the menu and be like, well, that's new. You know what I'm saying? That's new. I don't mind trying that. And that's kind of like how we like to keep it, so you don't get bored,
Okay. And with that note, like, what's the most underrated thing that y'all offer in your opinion? Like, I feel like people are sleeping on this one item, even if it's temporary or it's part of your like more permanent menu.
Well, it's two of them: pizzas and the wraps.
I can vouch for the pizza. That's my favorite item. Because I've had several vegan pizzas, and for whatever reason, no one can get the tomato sauce to cheese balance in a good. It's always off. It's like way too much cheese.
Oh, way
and
too
not
much
enough
sauce.
Yeah,
But
so y'all
pizzas,
have the perfect balance.
Pizzas, and I would say our wraps, the kale wraps, the quinoa wraps. Those things are just simple. If you've ever been into Sally's Raw Vegan in Atlanta, then you understand the beauty of a good wrap. And that's the vein we make it in. It's not just throwing some vegetables in a roll. It's not just putting some mac and cheese and nothing. We giving you some wraps that just make you want to take your shoes off and sit back and relax a little bit. So the wraps and the pizzas, I would say, are probably some of the most underrated and overlooked dishes on the menu.
Okay. Cool. Well, I guess it's about time for us to start winding down, but do you have anything else you want to share with the Veggie Outers?
Man, Veggie Outers, y'all follow them, y'all stick with them. They're gonna take you to some great places. I've enjoyed them since they first started doing this Veggie Outfitters thing. Well, I think they might have had 3 followers, and I was one of them probably, you know what I'm saying? So, but we definitely launched off into something extraordinary, new and exciting. I just ask y'all to follow them and stop by Iconic whenever you get a chance. We're at 2634 South Zane here in Dallas, Texas, inside of Ann's Health Food Center.
Nice. Well, Otis, we appreciate you taking the time out.
Thank you, brother.
And be sure to swing by Iconic, Veggie Outers.
Appreciate you.
We'll catch y'all later.
Until next time.